Hello, I'd like to do a little presentation here on some amazing Stone Age artifacts from New Jersey that I'm finding. And you can see by this table here, this is just a small sampling of what I've recovered out of the ground so far. And it's hard to start. I mean, there's a lot of these are just from the last few days. There's all kinds of like tools, or maybe this might have been an arrowhead. I mean, there's all little pieces of different ones. I'm going to start to work the camera here a little better. So these are just the ones that I found last few days, except for these special ones. We'll talk about them a little bit. And these are amazing, you know, flint arrowheads, some other components, you know, spearhead, broken one. Just so many. And then there's like, this is a spearhead of some sort of, I don't know the name of this rock. Someone can know. It's really silvery. It's almost like a pyrite, silver pyrite type stone. It's an amazing little spearhead. You know, here's like a big chopper head. You would hold it in your hand, or it was on an axe. I don't know. I mean, here's one. I got one a few days ago. This is a big spearhead, really nice, cut out, beautiful, completely flat on the bottom. You can see how they cut it, chipped it. And this is just another piece I found in that area, and this stone has gotten so old it's turned black. And I know when this gets black like that, that's really old. Here's another one I found yesterday. Beautiful little, super thin, chipped out, beautiful spearhead. I don't know if it was broken or not, but you can see this is black here. They use some sort of epoxies and glues, these people. I'm finding some crazy stuff. And this is a piece of iron ore. Well, I do think they were taking iron ore out of the ground. Maybe 100,000 years ago. This is one of their little tools here, and it's got some crazy epoxy they might have put on the end of it. This is one of those like tools with a little flat spot here, and they put some sort of epoxy. As you can see, this is the purple side, and it just has like dirt, you know, just a color stain, and then there's like this hardened epoxy glue that's on here. There's also hardened epoxy glue and resins and other stuff that they used. I will give you an example. This is a piece of carved ivory, I believe, and it was a larger piece. And they even had paints that they used. I mean, this has got to be a piece of ivory. It's pure white. This is another one that I found there too, and this is one that they use as an axe head. And then you can see it's been like beat up here, all beat up. And then on the back, they put this resin, this like super thin concrete. This is some really crazy concrete. And they put it on the back there, I guess, to attach it to a head so that it can chop. You can see it was definitely being chopped here all the way around. And then this side you can see it was really being beat up. But they made some epoxies and resins and glues. And I think they might have made it all from the woolly mammoths. Alright, so I mean there's so many stones here, so let's just go through. Here's a beautiful shell that is extremely old that I found in the pile. This is one of those freshwater mussel shells. This is a beautiful stone here. This one is cut out. It's like one of those, you know, this is one of the original old heads, I guess they used, or it was some sort of tool maybe. It might have been a hand tool, you know, chopping. The woolly mammoths were huge. They had a lot of meat to cut up when they got one of those things. Here's another big spearhead, chipped out, broken off maybe the top. Nice big thin one. They put this onto a stick. And here's another spearhead. I don't know where this this is from them. I have no idea. But this is like another type of arrowhead, completely flat on the bottom, you know, all chipped out. There's like another one. This is like a spearhead. I mean, it's got all these sharp nodules, so when this goes through a woolly mammoth, it really did some damage. It's just like another just beautiful piece of sparkly, maybe a hand chopper. Here's a piece of woolly mammoth spearhead that was broken off, and I believe this is all the fat when it was jamming through the rib cages, possibly, that's still embedded into this broken spearhead that might have been used quite a few times on many different woolly mammoth, and then it finally broke and they discarded it in the pile where I found everything. Here's just like another one here, you know, it's like another big old sharp on one side, and then, you know, they're straight. It's like they ripped and like this side did the ripping when it went in, and then this side opened up the wound. And that's why but I think once the woolly mammoth all disappeared, mostly, these people hunted them to extinction, or when they came back from Mississippi, maybe 15,000 years ago, back to New Jersey as American Indians from the Stone Age people from maybe 130,000 years ago, they changed. You know, there's theories of mine. Here's another piece of like the carved ivory, and this one doesn't have anything on the back, and you can see the carve marks, how it's carved. And then there's this, I don't know what this is. They put latex paint. They had latex paint back in the day. So either this is some sort of modern day, you know, ivory that I found with the other ivory, and then somebody was using this as a chipper connected to a piece of wood somehow, or these people were really advancing. Because I find some crazy stuff mixed in, and it's like, how can this modern day stuff be mixed in? I mean, you got like